In Episode 2 of Eastern Heretic and Western Venom, Ouyang Feng is interrogated by Dan Min for the alleged murder of 3 people in Ba County. Tensions rise when members of Zi Jin Hall from Linnan suddenly demand justice. Meanwhile, the Salt Gang appears carrying a paralyzed Feng Heng and the body of Hu Li. Huang Yao Shi sees Feng Heng in the carriage, treats him again, but chooses not to intervene. On the way, Huang meets Ouyang Feng again. The two grow closer, and he accompanies Ouyang Feng to Linnan to bring home Liu Rusi, the girl in the painting. And here's the rest of the story. The story begins at the Salt Gang headquarters. Chai Yu, the head of the Chai family, comes to meet with Hu Qian Shou, the head of the Salt Gang, to discuss the impending battle between the Chai family and Zi Jin Hall at Yunshui Manor in Jiangzhou. Chai Yu viewed the leader of Zi Jin Hall, Tan Xingbian, as an arrogant man who only pretended to be virtuous, despite recent rumors that he intended to retire from the martial arts to focus on chess and the arts. Hu Qian Shou refused to take sides directly, explaining that the Salt Gang must live between the martial arts world and the court, both of which were his enemies. However, Chai Yun made a subtle threat by revealing a series of mysterious incidents, officials dying from poisoning, drowning, or disappearances perpetrated by the Salt Gang. After intense negotiations, the two agreed that Hu Qian Shou would side with the Chai family, on the condition that the Salt Gang members infiltrated the family would continue to obey his orders. Meanwhile, Chai Yu demanded that half of the 5 trades and 8 crafts of Zi Jin Hall be killed before the duel. Hu Qian Shou agreed, though he concealed his true intentions. After the duel, both the Chai family and Zi Jin Hall would disappear, leaving the Salt Gang as a sole power. At that time, sad news came. Hu Qian Shou's son, Hu Li, who had died in the Kuizhou branch, would soon have his body brought home by his subordinate, Shi Qi. In Zhongling Prefecture, Tan Men of Zi Jin Hall is adorned in beautiful makeup, which attracts the attention of her guards. She receives a report that 2 people from the western region, including Ouyang Feng, have been seen at the Kuizhou Den with a scholar-like man. Tan Men orders the elders of the 5 trades summoned, although they refuse to participate. Tan Men claims he wants to mess up Ouyang Feng. At the Kuizhou Den gambling house, Ouyang Feng appears to be enjoying himself, even though Huang Yao Shi actually prefers a quieter place. Meanwhile, Shi Qi arrives at the Salt Gang headquarters carrying Feng Heng and Hu Li's body. Feng Heng was brought in because he miraculously survived the fall from a high cliff, had a strange odor, and was deadly to insects and plants. Hu Qian Shou asks why they survived while his son died. Hearing this, his guards immediately kill the entire group of newly arrived people, leaving only Shi Qi. Shi Qi explains his failure to kill 3 people from the western region, one of whom was called a demon because of his unfathomable fighting skills. The person Shi Qi was referring to was Huang Yao Shi. After explaining everything, Shi Qi was about to be killed by the guards. However, at a critical moment, Shi Qi's subordinate, sent to monitor Ouyang Feng and Huang Yao Shi, appeared. This person reported that Ouyang and Huang were at the Kuizhou Den gambling den in Zhongling. Shi Qi was eventually pardoned and ordered to summon Huang Yao Shi, who was connected to Feng Heng. At the gambling house, Ouyang Feng played Pei Gao with Chai Kyung, the elder of the Chai family.
He lost repeatedly because he didn't understand the game. Huang Yao Shi engaged in conversation with Zhao Vai, Ouyang Feng's subordinate. Zhao Vai seemed to dislike Huang Yao Shi and quickly left him.
In the distance, Shi Qi summoned Huang Yao Shi and invited him to the Salt Gang headquarters. Hu Qian Shou was surprised to see Hu Baili's body, which hadn't decayed even after days of travel. He asked Feng Heng what medicine Huang Yao Shi had given him. He was even more shocked when he discovered that his gloves had turned black after being held close to Feng Heng's nose. He sprinkled 3 days soul-losing powder on Feng Heng so that it would later suppress Huang Yao Shi. At the Salt Gang headquarters, Huang Yao Shi was locked up by Hu Qian Shou's men. However, Huang Yao Shi easily bypassed them and found Feng Heng. Hu Qian Shou inquired about Yao Shi's relationship with Feng Heng. Huang Yao Shi claimed to have only met Feng Heng 3 times and saved him on Mount Ba by giving him 9 times yin limbs pills, a rare medicine he created, of which only 5 remained. Hu Qian Shou's men attacked Huang Yao Shi to avenge Hu Baili's death. However, Huang Yao Shi defeated them with a single blow. Unable to resist Huang Yao Shi, Hu Qian Shou demanded that Huang Yao Shi kill Ouyang Feng in exchange for his son's death and to obtain the antidote for Feng Heng. Otherwise, Feng Heng would lose his memory the next day and then die the day after. Feng Heng, upon hearing this, begged Yao Shi not to kill his friend and urged him to live well for as long as you can. Yao Shi was stunned by these words, as he had heard someone say exactly the same thing Feng Heng had said. He asked Feng Heng's name before leaving. Back at the gambling den, Ouyang Feng lost almost all his gold. Zhao Wei, his underling, warned him to stop playing, but Ouyang Feng persisted. Ouyang Feng didn't want to gamble for money, but simply wanted to prove he could win, even if he wasn't a skilled gambler. Chai Chong sneered that Ouyang must be from a wealthy family and unaccustomed to losing, and warned that being overly competitive would be detrimental to both his money and his health. Ouyang Feng persisted. Ouyang Feng's underlings accused Chai Kyung of being cunning and suggested burning the place down to reclaim their gold. Ouyang Feng refused, accepting his loss. Afterward, Ouyang offered 3 purebred Fergana horses from the western regions as the next bet. Chai declined, believing he didn't need the horses. Chai ordered his underlings to sell the horses at the market if they won. As he was leaving, Chai Chong demanded that Ouyang Feng's subordinate, Zhao Wei, apologize for insulting him. Zhao Wei was enraged and attacked Chai Jiang, who easily dodged it. Now, Chai Kyung not only demanded Zhao Wei's apology, but also that he kneel 3 times for attacking him. Seeing Zhao Wei being easily defeated, Ouyang Feng stepped forward to take his place. Chai Kyung used only 1 hand and 1 leg, but managed to make Ouyang Feng kneel twice.
品。老夫好多年不。
Ouyang Feng was shocked by Hu Qian's prowess. He asked if Hu Qian was the greatest warrior in the southern region. Hu Qian didn't answer and left. He encountered Huang Yao Shi and asked him to calm Ouyang Feng down. Episode 3 of Eastern Heretic and West Venom ends here. Hu Qian Shou, the leader of the Salt Gang, pretended to support Chai Yu, but in reality he had planted spies in both camps. The goal is clear. Let the Chai family and Zi Jin Hall destroy each other, and the Salt Gang will emerge as the sole ruler. Huang Yao Shi is faced with a grave moral dilemma. Kill his friend Ouyang Feng to save Feng Heng, or let Feng Heng die from the 3-day soul-losing powder poison. Feng Heng himself begged Huang Yao Shi not to kill Ouyang Feng, reminding him to live well for as long as you can. Ouyang Feng not only lost at the gambling table, but also lost in a fight with Chai Qiang. This left him somewhat shaken. That's the end of Episode 3's recap. If you enjoyed diving into the world of Eastern Heretic and Western Venom, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss our recap of the next episode. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to join us as we continue exploring the twists, rivalries, and legendary encounters of Jiang Hu. See you in Episode 4.